All right, so I have been sitting and working all day, and I thought I would get up and just do some other things. I made a very awesome and very official looking to-do list. So I was going to ship, except that my postal worker already came. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just ship tonight and get the stuff out tomorrow because I was just going to ship stuff that sold today and get it out super early. But instead of doing that, since I don't have to do that right now, I am going to bag up some inventory. Let's just walk around though. Let me just show you what I have going on, okay?
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
I was going to bag up some inventory and process some stuff that needs to go to a pop-up consignment sale soon. But let me show you the mess that we're working with here. This is all stuff. Like this is stuff that I'm going to list myself. And then we've got like stuff here. Oh my gosh. This is like kind of embarrassing for me to show you. These two boxes honestly are just going to live in my house until the end of time. Like I need to get this stuff listed, but I don't know when it's going to happen. Those are shoes that I really want to photograph sometime soon. This is stuff that I got from a friend of mine, this Lululemon bag, and these, what are these? Vera Bradley bags. These are things that I need to get listed, and we're kind of doing like a consignment deal. These are things that, well, hold on. This stuff is stuff that my daughter is going to list, and it's going to go to Ukrainian refugees / Robux for herself. This is all stuff that I need to list. All the stuff in the hangers also need to get listed. These boxes are things that need to get listed. There are more boxes downstairs. This is stuff from like the wholesale palette. It's stuff from the, whatchamacallit. It's stuff from a thredUP bulk rescue box that I did a long time ago. I mean, I've just got stuff everywhere. And then over here, this is the stuff that I need to get bagged up, as you can see. It's been photographed. Some of it has already even been listed, but it's just kind of hanging out, waiting to go in bags. So we need to take care of that. Let's keep moving through the house because there's so much more. Oh, I'm stepping on like toys here. There's so much more. You guys, it's a hurricane here. My husband tells me all the time that he's a very patient man, and he truly is. Okay, so this is the guest bedroom. Let me show you what we got going on here. As you can see, we've got boxes and bags of clothing. This is all stuff that I want to try to tag up for the consignment sale. As you can see, I purchased this like tagging gun, and there are these labels that they use for the consignment sale. What else is there? Oh, there's like posters and stuff if you're in the area. So this is all stuff that is for the pop-up consignment sale that I always shop at and I have really good luck at. So it's where I've gotten, you know, some Johnny Was pieces. I've gotten Magnolia Pearl there. I've gotten just really, really great stuff. Dress to Kill. I am not selling great stuff. I am selling stuff that I don't really want to list because I don't feel like it's going to do that well. So we're going to try this pop-up consignment sale and see how it does. I have done one, let's see, what is it? I have done a kids pop-up consignment sale. It was okay. I mean, I made some money, but you know, kids stuff isn't even that expensive to begin with. So we're going to just start tagging some stuff and see what that process is like because I have not done anything. The sale is not until kind of the end of April, but I know that I need to do like, you know, a few pieces here and there every day because otherwise I'm not going to get it done. And so I'm going to try to do like at least 10 a day. We'll see. The last place I'm going to take you, and I don't even know that we're going to do anything in here. This is where the rest of my stuff has been living, the stuff that came in that wholesale palette. The things in the boxes need to get photographed. So boxes. This is a dining room, people, but we just have all this clothes sitting in here. The stuff on the floor and on it looks so crazy on the frame. These have all been photographed, so these all need to go into inventory bags as well. It's crazy. This rack needs to get photographed. You guys, I have a Filson piece, a beautiful Filson piece, just sitting here, just waiting to get photographed. I'm gonna get to it eventually. There's just so much stuff in here. But this rack right here, it's like a little rack. I'm gonna take it upstairs, and this is where I'm gonna put the stuff that I tagged. So we're just gonna try to be a little productive, get off my butt for a little bit, do something other than edit videos. Even though the video that I've been working on, I am really excited about. It's a sponsored video, a partnership with a company that I actually, really enjoy and stand behind, and have been kind of getting a lot out of. And so I'm excited to share that video with you. I think that'll be coming out in the coming weeks. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start in the playroom and just clear up space for the kiddos. So I'm going to start by bagging up inventory. I'm going to start by bagging up this inventory, and if I have extra bags, bagging up some of the stuff downstairs. We'll go from there. Also, I really want to be super productive so that I can start some seeds. Like, that's what I really want to do. These are a bunch of seed starting trays, and yeah, I really want to start some stuff for my garden. I feel like I'm already kind of late, so I'd like to get started on that as quickly as possible. All right, so I have my bags. These are, where my clothes go, and when something sells, I pull it out of this bag, and then I reuse this bag. So on my computer, if this pair of Nike leggings is going to live in this bag, then that's what I put in the SKU, is I put 125, and then 125 goes in the 125 bin. And that way I know where something is once it sells. So these are all, bags from items that have sold. These are all items that need to go into bags. So that's what we're going to work on right now. And if you want to see my full video on how I have this inventory system set up, I will link it right here. This is what I started using, like 3 years ago, and I'm still doing it. It's simple. It works for me. It may not work for you, and if that's the case, that's okay. But if you were looking for a really simple inventory system, this might be it. All right, so I use the List Perfectly inventory management system. You can kind of see, you probably can't see what it looks like, but some of these items I have already photographed and listed, and so even though it's kind of after the fact and the SKUs won't show up in the listings on the various platforms that they're listed on, it's okay. It's still, I know to go to List Perfectly to see what the SKU is, and that's where I go anyway to end all of my listings once something sells, so it's fine that I'm going in now to put in the SKUs. And there is a spot on List Perfectly that literally says SKU, so that's where I'm going to put in the SKU. I'll just kind of throw it over there so that later I can put all the items in the bin. But this should go pretty fast because, like I said, the majority of the items that are down here have already been listed. They just never got put in a bag. And so some things sell before I get them in a bag and give them a SKU, in which case I know, if it doesn't have a SKU, it's probably living down here in this mess. So I just kind of get it taken care of. So I know when it sells to just look down here, but obviously it's a lot better if I can pull it from the bin instead, because it's faster, it's neater, and it's just not so crazy looking the way that it is right now. This is crazy sauce, so we don't want crazy sauce. I also am actually supposed to be at work, but I didn't go in because I am not feeling well at all. This is my second day staying home, and I do feel a little bit better, but it's like my throat is so messed up, and I just, my head's been hurting. I've been having body aches. It feels a little bit like the flu. I don't know. So yesterday I was literally in bed basically like the whole day. Today I'm still taking it easy, but I feel well enough to kind of be doing slightly more productive things than what I was doing yesterday, and it feels good. I feel like being productive helps me heal faster, if that makes sense. I almost feel like when I baby a cold or the flu or whatever, it kind of sticks around longer. Let me know if I'm crazy, but that's how I feel. I also have my mentorship group later today for those people who are in my course on how to grow your YouTube channel about reselling. So I'm going to be meeting with them today. I love all of my mentorship groups. I don't know how many I've done at this point, but this group has been really, really fun and just so eager to learn. And there are some great people in this group with some really great channels, and I'll actually link all their channels down below if you want to, you know, find some new reselling YouTubers. There are some really strong channels and about a lot of different topics within the niche of reselling, and just different styles of videos. I thoroughly enjoy watching them. So if you're looking for some more channels, I would look down in the description and maybe subscribe to some different channels than what you're used to watching. I know sometimes, you know, I have my trusted favorite YouTube channels that I like to watch, but it is always really fun when you discover another channel that you like really vibe with and learn a lot from. And so I think that there will be some down there that are that for you. Definitely check them out. Another thing I'd really like to do today, and maybe I'll do this after I do, maybe just after I try tagging a couple things for the consignment sale and after I finish this, I would love to take a bath. It's been a really long time since I've just taken a bath, and when we remodeled our kids' bathroom, we actually got like a really nice soaker tub, and I don't get to use it. So I would love to use that baby, and I think today's the day. I feel like it'll help a lot in terms of making me feel better too. Just all that steam, it kind of like cleans everything up in your sinuses a little bit. So I think I just need it for my health too, right? Just gonna veg out, read a book, watch a show or something in the bath. It sounds delightful. And Lord knows my hair needs to get washed, so. All right, here's the space that we've cleared up. There are just 2 items left here because that orange dress, I'm not sure if I actually have the pictures on my phone, so I don't want to put it away. I want to check first. And then the blue dress on top of it, I got to figure out the size. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs now to the area with all the stuff that was photographed against that blue wall, because I do still have some bags. I want to at least finish these up, and then we'll start tagging some things for the consignment sale, or maybe take a bath. I don't know. But here is what it looks like now as far as all the bags that I bagged up. This all needs to get put away in these bins, so we'll do that a little bit later. But first we're going to fill up some more bags with inventory, and let's go do that. Alright, so I'm in my dining room now, and I'm going to just put some of these items in Ziploc bags. I do have one of my favorite bags for reselling. This is one of those Panera catering bags. I have that so that I can put bags with inventory in there so that I can take it upstairs to my bins in one fell swoop. But I know for a lot of you, when I show my inventory, some of you guys freak out and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's so overwhelming. How can you have so much unlisted inventory? Like, what are you going to do with all of that? And I totally get that. And to be honest, that's kind of how my husband feels. He gets very overwhelmed when he sees how much I have. I don't know. For me, I'm honestly more excited than anything because I feel like it's so much opportunity, and I'm excited at the idea of listing it. It does get overwhelming every once in a while when I just, you know, we're trying to clean, we're gonna have people over, stuff like that. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, there's just clothes everywhere. But I don't know, generally to me it's like I know that this is all money just waiting to be made, and I can't get to it all at once, and I know that, and I know what, you know, I am capable of and what I'm not, and I'm okay with like waiting. I'm okay with doing a little bit at a time and just knowing that this stuff is here waiting for me when I'm ready for it. Like, that to me, I'm okay with. And so, like I said, I'm sure a lot of you do not function like that, and this is very overwhelming for you to see, and that's okay too. We all have different levels of what we can tolerate, you know, even in terms of like filth and just being very messy. Like, I can kind of tolerate a lot, my husband cannot. And so part of the reason why I'm trying to clean up a little bit around the house and get some of this stuff taken care of, not just for the sake of, you know, getting more organized for my business, but also for the sake of my husband's sanity, and just trying to clear up some space and be respectful of the fact that he does function and operate very differently from me. He's just not super duper okay with having clothes all around him all the livelong day. And I understand that. I can respect that. And I am trying to clear up that space for him. Also, I know that I've talked about this a lot, but the reason why I have clothes down here is because you'll notice that the walls here, like you can kind of see right here, they're like a very rich dark blue color, and I have found that, you know, lighter clothing or very kind of like neon colored stuff looks really good against the blue wall versus the white wall that I have upstairs where I take the rest of my pictures. So that's another reason why there's just always clothes here, is because I do photograph a lot of stuff down here as well. So a lot of this stuff that I am trying to baggy up has been photographed, but there's no like label or anything, so it's a little bit harder to find and list perfectly, but I'm doing it. We're getting through this stuff. So this also just gives me an opportunity to check and make sure that everything that ended up in this corner has indeed been photographed. Every once in a while I will, you know, go to inventory something and there are no pictures for that item, and I'm just throwing it into my bins, basically letting it sit forever without making me any money because I haven't photographed the item. So like these, I think they're like that Onzi brand. These leggings I wasn't sure if I had photographed, but they're right here. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will. I just listed 25 things today, which felt really good given, you know, how many things I have down here. And so if I can have a few more days like that, that'll be really good for me, I think. But yeah, just trying to get as much cleaned up as possible. In terms of how many listings I have started on List Perfectly that, you know, have photographs ready to go, but just need to get listed, I think I have, well, I just did 25, so I think now I have close to like 25, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not really like a draft bank in that they're not like all ready to go, but the pictures are ready to go. And so what I do is when I have long stretches of time, I try to take as many pictures as I can, or ask my husband to take as many pictures as he can. And that way I have a big bank of things that, you know, maybe I have to sit down and actually list, but they're like ready to go in terms of photographs and whatnot. And that has been really helpful for me. So even from just the little amount that I am talking to you, it is just kind of messing with my throat a little bit. Cause yeah, I'm still not feeling 100%, not even close. I did take a COVID test to make sure that I don't have COVID. It's not COVID. I used one of those ones, you know how like the Biden administration, they've been sending out, I forget, I think it's like 4 COVID tests per home, like the at-home ones. So I feel like we were kind of just hoarding those and not using them even when we were unsure, but now that COVID numbers have drastically gone down, I did take my first test yesterday, my first at-home test. It was a little complicated, but I don't have COVID, so that's why I'm pretty sure it's kind of like the flu or something yucky like that, which is also not fun, but better than COVID, I guess. See, like this one, I feel like maybe the pictures never got in here because this is an old item that I remember photographing a while ago. And so if, I don't know, maybe they just never got in here. Let's see, because this is an old piece. Yeah, see, I don't think that this actually ever got photographed. So I'm going to put it right there. As a note to myself that needs to get photographed. I'm glad I checked, because otherwise I would have just put it in a bag, thrown it in one of the bins upstairs, and it would have just sat forever, never getting listed because there are no photographs of it that exist. That's kind of silly. Okay, so there's a lot going on, but I am going to start by using my paper cutter to cut these little tags down. I'm gonna leave one though because I think I have to photocopy some onto cardstock. I added that to our list today of things that we needed to buy at Target because they really don't want you to use like regular paper, and I understand why. I think it would just be way too thin and it would just rip really easily. So I'm gonna see if I can cut these down with like 3 pages at a time. Actually, maybe it'd be better if I did it like this first. Yeah. Nice. When we got married, we actually did a lot of our own assembling of our invitations and of our like seating papers and all that kind of stuff, which is why I bought this little paper cutter thing. And I mean, it's come in handy, I feel like, since then. I pull it out like once or twice every year. So this is one of the instances when I'm very happy to have it because it's definitely making this go a lot faster. I also feel like I might need a hole punch because I'm trying to think of like how I'm gonna get these to hang. I guess I can, well, we'll see. I have to try the tagger and see if maybe that'll go through it. I don't know. I did used to work a retail job a long time ago, and I remember tagging things. So I do have experience with those little tag guns, but it has been quite a few years. So we'll cut down all of these. My son is going to be home soon. My daughter is going to gymnastics. Actually, is she? I think she is. I think she's going to be at gymnastics. But when he gets home, I'll have to get him his snack. And, you know, there's just always so much with kids when they first get home. So I'm going to try to get at least, I don't know, at least 10 of these done. And the way that it works is on these papers, you write down your consignor number, which I need to look up. I have to like log into the account and get that written down. Oh, I'm going to have to get like a pen or like a Sharpie as well. But you get like a good marker and then you have to write like a description of the item. I think that's also in case like the paper falls off and they're trying to like place the item with your little tag. And then you write down the size and you price it yourself. If you pay a little more, they'll just price it for you. But obviously, I would just rather price myself. And I'm going to be pricing to move items. Like most of these items, I really don't want to list them. And I would much rather sell as many of these items as I can at the sale. And I believe I make 60% of the amount that it sells for. And then there is also the option to put items for half off on the last day of the sale, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do half off on everything. And then you also have to decide if you want to donate the items that don't sell at the end of the sale. And honestly, I mean, I guess it'll depend on each piece, but I probably will. So let me get something better to write with, and let's just dig in and get started. Okay, I'm going to start by looking at what's in this bag. They really don't want like wintry items. This is supposed to be the spring sale, so anything that feels super wintry, I'm just gonna leave out. So this has a lot of plus size like Alfred Dunner type stuff. This is stuff that I got from a friend of mine at school. She was cleaning out her aunt's house and there was a lot of this stuff. The aunt was a smoker, so there's like a faint smell. It's not that bad now because I had it out for like a garage sale. There was a lot. So these I'm literally going to price at like $5. Like I just want them gone. Maybe 5, 7, I don't know. They're like a size large. I think I'll do like 7 and then I'll do half off. Doesn't that sound pretty good? Let's do that. So I'm going to use this little cutting board as a table, hopefully. Okay. Oh, I gotta look up my consignor number. You guys, I don't have like the best penmanship in the world, and so I'm gonna have to try really hard though to not suck at this. Okay. This is a green floral Alfred Dunner short sleeve shirt in a size large, $7. Half off, yes. Donate, yes. I don't ever want to see this again. Okay, I gotta get my tagging gun. Let's see. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so let's pull out the instructions. Alright, it is the next day. Yesterday my family came home and I just wasn't able to keep filming and showing you what I was doing. I did accomplish a couple things. I did figure out how to use that friggin' tagging gun, so we did tag a few items. I actually did a lot more than I thought I would. I'm going to show you right now what I was able to accomplish once I kind of got in a groove. It wasn't that bad, so I did get some things tagged. By the way, this is my third day staying home from work now because I just cannot shake whatever it is that I have. But let me show you kind of what's going on here. So these are all the items that I've tagged. These are all like tops and dresses. And the way that it works is you write your little, information. So I have my like consignor number. I have what the item is, how much I want for it. I mean, this is just a Karen Scott piece. And then if you're willing to donate it and, do half off on a half off day. These are like the bottoms that I have. I have a ton more that I need to do. So like this bag right here, I need to tag. This is some of the stuff that, I was getting ready to do. And the tag gun, the issue was I was doing it wrong. But you can see now like what it's supposed to look like. And it's so much easier. So my husband did pick up for me some more cardstock so that I can print out more of these. And he also bought some more hangers for me because I don't think we're allowed to bring wire hangers. So I am going to have to switch out a lot of these like wire hangers, which is fine. I got a lot of just cheap, this kind of hanger for the rest of the items. So I have a lot more to go through. Thankfully, this is not till the end of the month. I just wanted to like get a head start and get a feel for what it was going to be like. And the good news is it's not that bad. But in terms of what I have going on today, I have my listing 25 items as quickly as possible video that I have to finish editing, and my new project that I'm so excited about because I'm really cool is getting a bunch of seeds started. God, my hair looks crazy. So let me show you what I have. So as you can see, I've got some potting soil and I have this like heating lamp on it because they say like you want to start with just the warmest soil that you can. You don't want it to be too cold. And this is actually from like a big box store, but it was outside and it's been pretty cold these past few days, like, in freezing temps and whatnot. So I have been warming it up with this little heating lamp. I have all of these little guys. I'm going to be planting some of my bigger items in, like peppers and tomatoes. And then I have these little, I don't remember what you call these, but these little like modular things that I'm going to be planting other things in. I've got a bunch of seeds. These are all of the seeds that I'm going to try to grow inside. And this is like one of those little, my daughter bought that. And then I have, you guys, it's so crazy in here. I need to like hurry up and get started and then get outside. And then these are all of my things that I want to plant outside. So I've got a bunch of carrots, some spinach, a bunch of lettuces, there is just so much that I want to do, but so little time, a bunch of sweet peas. So that's what I'm going to spend the rest of my time doing today. I also got this really cool, this is for square foot gardening, and depending on what it is that you're planting, it lets you kind of mark in the soil, like where you can plant things for the best results when it comes to square foot gardening. If you're interested in this, I will have it linked down below. I saw it on a gardening channel and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So I'm very excited to try that. So that's what we have going on today. My hope is that by spending a little bit of time outside and just like getting my hands in the dirt, like maybe that'll make me feel a little bit better. I don't know. But the other things that I need to accomplish today in terms of reselling, I do need to list. I haven't listed anything yet today. I want to prep my upcoming What Sold video. I want to photograph some stuff. I don't know. The list is always so long. There's always so much to do. And so we're going to get done what we can and not feel guilty about what we can't do because I don't feel very well yet. I have a hard time breathing and like catching my, I don't know. It's been rough. I did take my bath last night though, and it was amazing. So yeah, we're going to just try to take it easy, do a fun little project with some seed starting. That's it for today. Let me know what you guys have been doing for your reselling business down in the comments below. I hope that you're not pushing yourselves too hard, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!